Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another action of F1 Total Division 1. And yes, we are today, like in real life, in Japan. I don't have any. Yes, as you can hear, I am back in the commentary box. A bit unusual for me since I am a main driver for the season, but as most of you guys know, that our previous main commentator has been banned for the stuff that happened in the previous week. I won't go further into the stuff, but I guess you should know. Yeah, I am temporarily in the commentary box, at least for today, since Gabri isn't here as well. If I'm going back to commentary, I will decide in the next couple of days. I don't know, but if not, we will have to look in the future. But that is a thing. That is a thing that we're gonna see in the previous days. But for now, we are here in Japan for round number 7, and yeah, that is obviously a classic one for every driver here. Yeah, we come from last week race at France, who saw Felix as a winner. If I'm not wrong. Yes, who has now a 33-point gap over Kart Racer, but we still have a half a season to go, so everything can change. But yeah, let's have a look on the drivers here. The first guys out on track who are doing the first hot laps, with Paco 13.9 in the first sector and then going a bit wide there, which is unfortunately a bit too much off track and has invalidated his lap time. Behind him is the AlphaTauri of Wiese, who is right now the first run on track to complete the first lap time of the qualifying. So let's stay on him with the cameras. Is a good number for Div 1 if we look further back into the seasons. But now Wiese runs the final corner and now all the way down to a checkered flag, and it is a 128.7. Now there is the Mercedes of Leicester. No, he hasn't validated. He will restart again. Same goes for Paco. No, Paco's in the pits. And Felix is 2 seconds faster than Wiese, 26.8. Jonathan follows up in a 27.4. 6/10 behind his teammate Marco in 4th place, 28.8. Currently last from the guys who has set a lap time. Now at the final corner is Pinky in the Red Bull. What time is he gonna set? And it is a 28.4. So he is a second off Jonathan, but it's still enough for 3rd place, at least for now. We see Blesta is currently the only one on a hot lap, Everyone is in their in-lap or out-lap, or not on track at all. Now Leicester with a little slipstream from Ovizep. I don't know if that was a big of an impact. Yeah. Leicester is currently in third with a 27.5, a 10th behind Jonathan. So it's still a Ferrari front row lockout, but at least for now, as there are still a few guys on the hot lap, as Jeremy starts his flying run, his first run of the qualifying. We can stay on board with him and see what he can do, as he is obviously one of the contenders for the pole position. And now crosses the first sector time. It's a 31.4. So not the hell of a time from Jeremy. So what is it gonna be? It's purple after sector 2. It's always questionable, but we will have a look at the final chicane. Seemed to be clean, but he runs the final corner and it is second. He splits the two Ferraris, but he is still 3/10 behind Felix, so that he has to find couple of tenths. But now let's have a look at Kartracer. After his disappointing race in France, he has to improve, and he is doing it, setting himself into the front row with a 27.0. So Felix has done a pretty good lap, but there are still some guys who has to run their respective qualifying laps. One of them is XT Paco, who is obviously one of the main contenders for pole position, but we will see. It's a 9.8 after sector 2. Runs into 4th gear, down into 3rd, and a bit too much oversteer, but it is a hell of a lap. 26.3, half a second faster than Felix. That is wow. But we have a look at the guys behind, as Pocho sets himself into P8, 28.0. JM runs down into 130R. One of the mainly Div 2 drivers, but he has some pace to score some decent results here in Div 1, as he sets himself into P7 with a 27.7. Here's the Alpine driver, Iku. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. But yeah, he crosses the line and he sets himself into second place at 26.7. Actually, didn't know what to expect from him, but decent, really decent lap by the Alpine. But he is still 4/10 away. Pinky in a bit of a exploring on okay. Now we have a look at Finlay at the final chicane, now all the way downhill, crossing the line and puts himself into third, just about in front of Felix with a 26.815. So the only two drivers who hasn't set a lap time yet is Enel Arudi, who's in the pits, and Bazooka Joe, who is right now on his way to set his first time, if he holds this lap together. Now DRS is open and it is at 28.5. Stays there at the bottom in P14. So yeah, there's currently no one on a hot lap. Bellezza is starting his hot lap, and Marco is down by way too much. So yeah, we keep an eye on Blaster in the Mercedes, as he is the only driver on the hot lap right now. He improves, but not much. 0.02 of a second, which currently wouldn't be enough to improve in terms of position. Takes a bit of slipstream from the Alfa Romeo. Oh, there is an Alpine. But now let's see, is he improving after Sector 2? The Mercedes driver with the number 19, he is by a 10th. Let's see if he can set himself in front of Jonathan. The DRS is open and he does. He found 2/10 or 2.5 after in the third sector, which put himself into P7 in front of Jonathan, but still a bit more than a 10th to Jeremy in P6. So yeah, everyone in the pits apart from Rudy, who has spun. So not the ideal qualifying for him right now. 4 minutes left in this qualifying session. There is still a lot to play here. I've been asked, who do you think is gonna take pole? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Paco. I mean, yeah, now he set that massive lap, so it would be easy to say, but if you're in this league for a little bit longer and have seen Paco in the previous races and seasons that he has participated in, you can see that his pace is unbelievable. So yeah, so everyone is in the pits. So no, as the first drivers are now out on their art laps for their possibly last run of this qualifying. 2.5 minutes to go here in Japan. In qualifying, I mean, this track is obviously one of the classics. It's a little bit tough to race here in Suzuka, but for qualifying, it's for sure one of the best tracks of the calendar. If you keep a perfect lap together, it's possibly one of the most satisfying laps that you can possibly do. So yeah, everyone is out on the out laps, and we are going into the more interesting part of the qualifying, with Jeremy being the first one, starting their hot lap in the McLaren. DRS is open and the time is on. Currently sitting in 6th place at 27.1. But he is a guy that can pull a massive lap out of nowhere. So let's see if he can do that here too. He has to find a 10th if you wanna be anywhere near Paco's time and in the fight for pole position. He is improving by nearly 2/10 out of sector 1, which is purple, but obviously always be a bit careful with the sector times, or with, let's say, with the purple on the minimap. Going into the spoon corner. Looked pretty decent. Let's see. Is he improving? Yes, he is by 4.5 seconds. Not 4.5 seconds, 4.5 tenths. This can be a massive improvement. Can he set himself into... He is in fight for the first row. Can he set himself into first row? Yes, he can! A 26.6 massive improvement by Jeremy as Ikel finds himself into the gravel, so no improvement for him. And now we have a look behind because there is Kart Racer coming. He is improving, but not by much. He is not improving much. It possibly is not even enough to improve his current position. But now rounds the final corner and he crosses the line and he stays in P6. Now let's have a look. Where is Paco? Paco is coming. Jonathan has retired, so no improvement for him. Paco is currently improving. Very rough on the curbs. But now, will he extend his pole position? Yes, he can. 26.1. But let's have a look at Felix. He is improving by 2/10. Can he set himself into the first row? And now Rudy sets himself into in the second row in 4th place. So let's have a look at Felix. He opens DRS, crosses the line, and it is not enough. It is 3rd place for Felix, behind of Jeremy in 2nd place. No one is on a hot lap anymore. So that's it. It's Paco in the pole position by half a second. This man is crazy. But then there is Jeremy. As I said before, he can pull this lap out of nowhere. And he is in the first row, and maybe this race can be interesting. but we will see. So yeah, Paco is in the pole position by quite a big margin. Jeremy is in second place. Then there is Felix, Ickel in P4, Rudy in P5. The only time that he has set is for P5. Pretty decent effort for him. Finlay in P6. Kartrace a bit disappointed in P7, has a lot to do. Lester, his teammate, in P8. Jonathan P9. Pocho completes the top 10. Then JM and in P11. Kevin in P12. Marco in 13. Pinky in P14. Ovise in P15. And then Bazooka Joe completes the order in P16 in the Alpine. So yeah, that is it for the qualifying session. And now we are on for the most interesting part of this weekend, which is the race, obviously. We will see if Jeremy or Felix or someone else has the pace to keep up with Paco, or if he is pulling a Max Verstappen and is or will run away with his pace. That is a thing that we will see soon, as we're waiting for the drivers to adjust their setups and strategies. I think it should be a medium hard, but a soft medium, especially if you have a fresh soft compound, is possible. You have to be a little bit careful with the tires and maybe hope for some safety cars and this kind of stuff. But if you want to go the more safer option, you probably go for medium hard, which should be, I expect, the most common strategy for today. But we will see what the drivers are gonna do. Okay, it's taking a lot, but yeah, there we go. There are 5 red lights over the driver, and it's lights out, and away we go. Good start by Paco, but also Jeremy tries to stay with him with the soft compound tires, but he is alongside him. He brakes a lot later, and he sets himself into first place. Ickel is also past Paco. So yeah, Paco with the hard hat has a tire disadvantage for now. Jeremy takes the lead of the race with a brave move going into turn 1. And there is a yellow flag behind it. It's JM. JM has lost it. But oh, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have a wing. So that. Oh, be careful, mate. You can't take the corner as you take it properly. But it's a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car, which helps JM a little bit. But the wheels are also losing a bit of time. It already has a 2-second gap, but okay. And the green flags are on once again. And now Jeremy wants to run away as Kartracer had a decent start, or let's say Felix had a terrible start going to this race, and now they're going 3 wide into turn 1, but Kartracer took the position as Felix and Finlay side by side going to the first sector. Felix doesn't give up and retakes 6th place. Let's have a look at the compound, because this is always plays a big impact. Oh, there someone goes wide into the gravel. Oh yeah, it's with completing of this lap, the DRS is going to be enabled, and a new opportunity to overtake is going to open up, which is going to be interesting. Jeremy has a 7-tenth gap from Iku. It's going to be very interesting if he can pull away. But Paco has a brilliant pace, even though he has the hards compared to the fresh softs from the drivers in front. Now, DRS is enabled, and Rudy is nearly out of the 1 second DRS range, which would help a lot the drivers behind and also in front. Yeah, the thing is, overtaking here in Japan is a bit difficult because there is only one DRS zone and it's not particularly long. So strategy plays a big impact here, and yeah, you can see that on the left hand side with the tire decisions that the drivers have made. But now Ickle's on to fight Jeremy on the start-finish straight to take the lead of the race. He has struggled a bit to keep up, but now he is on 3-10. A little bit. Oh, Jeremy has nearly lost it, and that is the opportunity for Ickle to fight. Oh, Jeremy doesn't have any ERS left now. Will Ickle try it down the inside? He has a look, but Jeremy defended well enough. That is a big issue for Jeremy because he doesn't have any ERS left, and we will see how well the battery is gonna recharge, but I don't think it's that much. So you have to be a little bit more safe with a little bit more careful with spending your ERS. But now the massive DRS train from 1st to 6th. Let's have a look. Is Ickle maybe able to even make a move into 130R? He is really close. Takes the slipstream, but he is staying behind right now. But it's very close here in the top 4. But now Ickle again for tempo. Wait, Paco's in the pits. Paco is in the pits. What has he done? But let's have a look in front, because there is Ickle versus Jeremy on the inside. Jeremy with the switchback, but Ickle with the better exit out of turn 1, and he is in the lead of the race. What did Paco do? He's now mediums. Did he change his wing? That is very questionable, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure the soft tires now in the next couple of laps are gonna start to drop off, as Ickle has a safe gap, at least for now. As Enel Rudy, he is sitting behind currently, and he stays there. He's looking as Ickle has a big moment. That is a big opportunity for Jeremy, who try a move and maybe re-overtake going to the inside line, and he re-overtakes Ickle for the first place as Pocho overtakes Blester, going up into 6th place. So good effort by Pocho as well. Paco's again in the pits. Paco is again in the pits. What does he... Oh, he's changing his wing again. He is changing his wing again, and now he is dead last. But he is now on hard compound tires, and maybe he can drive to the end. But he has a whole pit stop plus 5 seconds of gap to the pack in front. But now we can see the real pace of Paco. I mean, he is settled. He already done the tire change. And now let's have a look at Ickle versus Jeremy, who they've had a fantastic battle so far, and a little bit of contact there. But Ickle without any issues, and nearly Jeremy nearly punted Ickle, which could have ended the race of both of them. Oh yeah, this is a massive DRS train, with Ickle and Jeremy being the only one to try some moves, and Jeremy is clearly on the limits. And these guys behind here, they are just waiting patiently. So Kartracer has found some pace back. He's been struggling in the first couple of laps, but it seems like he has found his pace, with Rudy not really being able to do something. But then Jeremy has one big disadvantage, and that is his DRS. No, not his DRS, is ERS, because he doesn't have any. And that was a slow lap by Jeremy, and he's just about into the... Oh, be careful, because there is another Rudy down the inside of Jeremy. They're going side by side uphill into turn 1, and Rudy still side by side. Also a little bit contact. Jeremy has been pushed wide, and now there is Kartracer wants to go through as well, but he has to back off. He has to back off, as Jeremy is now down into 3rd place, with Kartracer and Felix right behind him, and it seems like his soft tires are now starting to drop off, as you can clearly see the pace drop that he's had. So it is very interesting to see what he's gonna do. Is he gonna stay out for a couple more laps to medium soft, soft medium, or is he gonna soft for hards? And now there is Kartracer going side by side with Jeremy. as Jeremy breaks a lot earlier, as he now has the DRS but has a slow exit, which will maybe affect Felix taking the slipstream, going on the inside line, late braking into turn 1, but same goes for Jeremy, who has been pushed wide. He has been pushed wide and has to let the position go to Felix, and now he is down into P5, and you can clearly see the softs are not the best anymore. Same goes for Rudy, who had, by the time he overtook Jeremy, a 1.5 second gap to Ickle, and now it's down to not even half a second. So yeah, the softs are done. The big question is, how long are they gonna stay out? And now Rudy has a big opportunity to try something to take the lead of the race for the first time here at Suzuka. If he holds the section together, which he does. DRS is open. Ickle defends the inside line, but there is not much to do. And Rudy is the new race leader of this race, lap 10. Oh, Jeremy's in the pits. Jeremy's in the pits for Hartz? Yes, for Hartz. So he does not see how the mediums are gonna hold till the end. I guess Ickle is gonna pit soon. Or is he? If he can stay in the DRS range, maybe he can stay out for a few more laps without losing a lot of time. This can play a big part here. Oh, Rudy goes a bit wide there. This was probably a warning for him. But it seems like Ickle is still able to hold that that pace together, even with the old softs. But is he staying out? Oh, Rudy had his moment. But now let's see Ickle with the DRS and the slipstream, but it is not enough. He stays behind. He's late braking and nearly into the back of Rudy, which is struggling. Again, Blester versus Pocho, having a brilliant fight there. Currently for P5, as Jeremy was in the pits. But let's have a look at the gap of Jeremy. 24 seconds currently. Oh, Felix has dropped off, but he is. No, he's not dropped off. I've been debated by the delta times at the top on the left hand side. But Jeremy's gaining. Jeremy's gaining a lot, which can affect the strategy here. But it seems like Ickle still has the tires to hold this pace with the medium runners. Very aggressive on the curve. Oh, big moment there. Is that the opportunity for Kart Racer? Now there is the slipstream. Is Ickle trying something? No, he's not. He stays behind. A little bump draft, but the order stays the same. And yeah, Jeremy's gaining a lot. Jeremy is gaining a lot. Bazooka Joe and Kevin are in the pits, and they're going for the soft medium. Bazooka on the hards, so he is not brave enough. But yeah, that Paco is way too far behind. So it doesn't seem like that he's anywhere near in contention for points. If there isn't a kind of safety car really again off track, and that will probably be a warning as well. We can check. No, and it wasn't a warning as previously as well. That is surprisingly, but Ico is doing a fantastic job. Keeping the pace up, and now he's in the pits. Now he's going into the pits and Kartracer follows up. Oh, Ico lost his rear end going into the pits. Kartracer with the hearts and Ico with the mediums? Mediums indeed. Where is Jeremy? Where is Jeremy? Is he gonna come out in front of them? Yes, he is, and he's just about in front. So undercut completed, but now Ickle has this tire advantage. And he is still in the DRS range, has cold tires, but it's not like an F122 where the tires need like one lap to be in the right temperature. But Jeremy's pushing, and he wants to push Ickle out of DRS, which he is doing right now. And also, very respectively, Jeremy has recharged his battery to 60%. So, decent job by the McLaren driver. And it seems like tires are now warm enough to keep the pace. Rudy's in the pits. Rudy in the pits. Felix stays out. Rudy's probably gonna do a medium hards, yeah, medium hards. And I assume that Felix wants to do a medium soft, because he has his he still has a soft compound left, a fresh soft, as Jeremy came out of in front of Rudy. Same goes for Kartracer. So yeah, you can see the pace advantage from Ico, who has done a really good job with his softs. Jeremy is catching on Jonathan in front, but doesn't seem to be enough to take his DRS for now. JM picks up the first time penalty of this race, but now there is Ico. Oh, Jeremy's pushing. Jeremy's pushing a lot. He wants his DRS. Is he? He is. But that means that he is once again thrown away his complete battery. But Jeremy's idea is to overtake Jonathan, to put Jonathan. Oh, Jeremy down the inside. A little bit of contact. And that was a risky move, which right now is gonna pay off, as Jonathan obviously has the hard compound tires, and he is struggling. As you can see, Ickle is losing so much time. that was a move that would probably give Jeremy another lap where he is in front of Ico, but now the overtake has been completed. What is Kart Racer gonna do with the traction? He wants to overtake as well, and Rudy doesn't want to sit behind and wait as he overtakes Jonathan as well. So yeah, this is a very tactical race. Jeremy with a very, very brave move on Jonathan, which paid off and gave him this this extra lap of currently fighting for P1. As Pocho and Felix are yet to pit, and they will definitely, if there isn't any safety car, definitely... Oh, Jeremy goes wide! Jeremy goes wide! What is Kart Racer gonna do? He has to back off. Jeremy goes wide, and he was lucky that he didn't lose it. He did so well so far, but that was a mistake that cost him the lead, and he doesn't seem to have the pace to keep up with Ico. But Kart Racer behind, he wants to stay with him, he wants to overtake Jeremy now, and he doesn't want to lose any time. Felix and Pocho in the pits, both on soft, so yeah. The soft medium for Felix and for Pocho, but let's see where Felix is gonna come out. In P5, or is Pelesta? No, he's not. He's a bit too far away, but now Felix has a massive gap. Between him and the leading pack. Oh, there is Jeremy! Another moment there. The moment of oversteer, and now he is down into 4th place, and he is struggling with his rear end a lot in this corner. We've seen that over the course of the race. Ico is currently holding this safety gap to stay in first, but that is not what matters for now. The issue is for Ico, where he has to be careful, is the last few laps where his mediums are gonna drop off, which is gonna put Kart Racer and Rudy in the tire advantage. But right now it's just, yeah, patiently sitting there and wait. Yeah, I am back. Sorry for the little stop, and now Kart Racer wants to take the lead of the race for the first time this race, which he does. And now let's have a look how his pace is compared to Ikel and Rudy, as Jeremy clearly is not in the not on pace with his guys in front. But Felix is catching, but he isn't really that much faster, which is not ideal for him, especially because he now probably gonna be held up by Jeremy in worst case. It seems like Ikel is really strong to keep up the pace if he has a driver in front of him. He's had a fantastic pace when using Dirty Air. And now DRS is open with the slipstream. There is Jeremy, who has lost it, but we have to watch in front as Ikel. Down the inside in turn 1, it's always a bit risky, but it paid off this time, and it is again the lead of the race for the Alpine. And Rudy sits there, patiently behind. Oh, Ikel! He's letting Rudy and Kart Racer through. That is interesting. I don't know what his plan is, but it's gonna be interesting as Felix catched up. He's not in the DRS yet, but he is about to do so. But now let's have a look in front as there is Ikel versus Rudy. No, it's Kart Racer versus Rudy versus Ikel, but is a bit further behind as Rudy can retake the lead of the race, but he doesn't. He stays behind. There is something going on here as Rudy goes wide once again. I don't know if it was a warning this time. Okay, this is now a very interesting tactic. Oh, Felix wants to overtake for now, and he does. P3 for Felix. Does he want even more? Oh, there is contact! There is contact! Felix into the back of Rudy. Does he have damage? Or did he get away with it? That was not great by Felix. But he stays behind. Rudy doesn't want to overtake, and I see his strategy. If he holds the pace together, he wants to overtake Kart Racer. on the last lap. A very interesting tactic. I mean, if it works... Oh, Felix is losing. Felix is losing. I mean, he doesn't have any visible damage. But maybe on his damage graphic on board, I don't know, like light green damage or something, which on this level is impacting the driver, especially on a track with a bit more downforce like Japan. And yeah, oh, and there it is, the 3-second for Rudy. And now he has to rework his strategy. Oh, Rudy with the lockup on the rear end, and well, hold on. Is Rudy right now under fuel? Because you can see the icon on his telemetry of the fuel sign being yellow. And if you see on the other drivers, it's not yellow. Apart from Pochert. We will keep an eye on it. As Rudy is not able to pass Kart Racer. And now Kart Racer, knowing that Rudy has that 3 seconds, it's always a good question of what you gonna do, because you can let Rudy by if he wants to pass you, but you have to keep in mind there is Felix behind. Okay, it doesn't seem like that Felix has damage, but he has just a very low wing setup. You can see him losing time in the first and second sector, but the time that he gains on this straight and on the start finish line is immense. I think so. And now Echo gonna bypass Felix, but Felix is not gonna sit there and wait. There's a yellow flag for JM. But yeah, Felix doesn't want to sit behind. He re-overtakes Ickel for the fight for P3 on track, but P2 with the penalty of Rudy. Oh, there is contact and there is spin. There is a crash. As Felix doesn't have... Does he have wing damage? Yes, he has. And there is another contact and Ickel onto the gravel. And Blaster finds himself in the fight for a third place. The contact into Sector 1, that has been such a clean race so far. But Felix now, with the right end plate missing, oh, he went wide, and there, is he gonna pit? Is he gonna pit? Or is he staying out? A bit more than 2 laps to go. Maybe he stays out and try to save what it's possible to save. Now Blaster is probably gonna bypass Felix, and he finds himself in the nowhere, Ickle in the pits, and picks up himself a 5-second penalty, and Blaster doesn't overtake him. Oh, Pickle retired. Why am I say Pickle, man? I'm retarded. Ickle retired in the pits. He was in the fight for the race win for most part of this race, but that was not ideal, and now Blaster. It took a while to overtake him, but he did it now, and now currently it's a double podium for Mercedes, and we can check the standings. Because as it stands, it would be a big points gain for Mercedes. Because as it stands, they are jumping Red Bull into second place, and yeah, there is now Rudy who passed Kartracer. He will probably re-overtake him once again, which he does, and Kartracer, without any hesitation, re-overtook Rudy for the lead. Need to remember he has the 3 seconds time penalty. Yeah, Rudy is not really likely to. Oh, but he is. Hold on, this could be very interesting because he doesn't have any fuel left. He is in minus 1.7. Now he doesn't have fuel anymore. He doesn't have fuel anymore. He doesn't have fuel anymore. Is he? Yeah, he's a bit too far away. He's a bit too far away. But Blaster now it's not gonna be enough. Oh, Blaster's under fueling as well. Blaster's under fuel as well. Is Felix gonna snatch the podium away? Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be a podium for Felix? No, it is not. It is not. As Kartracer wins the Japanese Grand Prix with a heck of a final and a massive point gain, who, as it stands, brought Kartracer back into the Okay, Kevin, chill out. Oh, Paco somehow found himself back into the points, but because of his 10-second time penalty, he dropped into P11. Wow. Now Marco into P13, Pinky in P14, and we're waiting for Jonathan to complete this race. Nice one. And yes, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic Japanese Grand Prix here. Which brought clean racing chaos, but not a single safety car, which is very respectable. But yeah, Kartracer picks up the 25 points and is now back into the fight. Had a 33 gap to Felix going into this race. But as it stands, it's reduced to a 20-point gap. But yeah, these are the race results for this race here in Suzuka, with Kartracer in P1, Rudy in second, Balesta with a surprising podium in third place, Felix with a very controversial crash in fourth, Jeremy in fifth, Finlay in sixth, Bazooka in P7, Pacha P8, Kevin P9, Ovise completes the top 10, Paco in P11, JM in 12th, Marco in P13, Pinky 14th, Jonathan and Iko both DNF. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's race here in Suzuka. We are gonna see you on Wednesday for the Div 2 race here in Japan, and then next week on Saturday for round 8 of season 13 at Mexico. So yeah, that is it. It's been a pleasure to be back into the commentary box, and see you next time. Bye bye.